the small carnivores that I will say in future what will go on. So here's my slide. First of all, fishing cat, it is the less studied species. I want to say, because of that I should say what is fishing cat. Here fishing cat is a carnivore and it is a mammal, and it is a small sized cat, not very small, but I like to say it medium sized wild cat, because there are a few other cats which are far smaller than the fishing cat. So for that, just I want to explain this because most of the participant may know what is fishing cat, but I'm pretty sure, uh, but still few are not on known with this species, because this is very small cat, and people only focus with the large cats and other charismatic species like elephants and rhinos. So it should be clear first what is fishing cat. As it is a carnivore, a medium-sized small wild cat. And what is carnivore? Carnivore, there are different categories of carnivore. Some are exclusively meat eater, and some are omnivores in nature. So in the world, there are over 300 species of carnivorous mammals. Here, while talking, I'm excluding the species of bats. Excluding the bats, there are over 300 species of mammals in the world. And in this small country, in our country, Nepal, there are 47 species. It shows that with the area, our country is rich in biodiversity. So now just I want to give the overview of which carnivore exist in Nepal. So in total, there are, sorry, in total there are 47 species of carnivores. I already said that I am excluding the species of bears. There are few species of carnivorous bat. I am excluding those, but yeah, uh, within the carnivores order, there are different families. With these families, there are phallus, Hanides, Bavidae, Harvestidae, Canidae, Mustelidae, Oilers, and Orchidae. Among these all, we have 12 species of phallus, cats, and one species of hyena, that is a striped hyena, and 4 species of civets, linsang, penteron, of each one species, and 4 species of mongoose, and 6 species among the canid, and 14 species among Mustelidae, and from the Orchidae, there are 3 species of bears and one red panda, which is by the evolution it is under carnivorous, but by its feeding nature it is the herbivore. So, as I'm talking with the fishing cat, I must talk with the sympatric carnivore species with the fishing cat. So here I'm discussing with the sympatric carnivore species of fishing cat that is found in Nepal Tarai. So among the phyllid, there are few cats like a rusty spotted cat, leopard, jungle cat, fishing cat, yeah, and marble cat. So from canids family, uh, there is Bengal fox, and from vividates, 4 types of different civets, and from Mustelidae, martin, and honey badger. So from the Harvestidae, we have crab-eating mongoose and ruddy mongoose, small Asian mongoose, and the Indian grey mongoose. So among these, ruddy mongoose is found only in the 3 countries, and in Sri Lanka, Nepal, and India, and also with this rusty cat, the same thing. So here, this picture, the slides show the 12 different species of cats in Nepal. Uh, this is the leopard cat, and jungle cat, rusty cat, marble cat, and fishing cat. So these 5 cats which are in the red circle, they are the small cats. They are the small sympatric cat with divide the same locations with related living associate with each others. And among the 12 cats, this is the largest cat of the world, and also in Nepal, tiger. And this is the smallest cat in the world, and also in Nepal, rusty spotted cat. And this is fishing cat, which is of medium size. So but also we say this is small cat, we put it under this small cat, so there is sometimes confusion because of it weight ranges from 6 to 12 kg. So now I'm switching the slide. Here, this is the photographs, this first photographs of fishing cat. This photograph is taken from my first study, from my thesis period, back to 2012, from Chitwan National Park. And these two photographs are from Kositapu, this from the fish farm side, and this from inside the core area of Kositapu Wildlife Preserve in the eastern part of Nepal.
Ramaji, please. Could you mute yourself, please? Jyoti Damalaji.
Okay. So may I continue? Are you hearing me?
Yes, please continue.
Okay, sorry. So this first photograph is taken from Chitwan National Park in 2012. These are the photographs of another project from Kositapu Wildlife Reserve. This is from the core area. This fishing cat is walking one of the tributary of Koshi River, and this is in the side of community fish farm. So just with these images, just I want to elaborate the features of fishing cat, like the physical features here. Just while going through the morphological character, here you can see two dark line in the cheek, and rounded small ear, and this dotted line will be parallel to in both side, left and right flank. And from the top there will be straight line continuously falling to the hind part. So these are the some characters of fishing cat. The tail will be short and pointed dot. Before understanding the the animal, we need to identify the species. So I'm just elaborating, some maybe don't know how to identify the fishing cat. So they have the different spot, so we can compare the different species. So this is the way how we can distinguish one individual of fishing cat with the other. Same thing we do with the tiger to identify the different individual. So spot pattern or the pelt pattern of this fishing cat and this fishing cat and this fishing cat will be different, because these three are the different individual. So just I went to the morphology. And here in the pog, these are the water lover cat, and mostly found in the wetland sites. In their pot, they are feet. These feet are waved like the dog. So this is the peculiar character of fishing cat, so that they were easily adapted with the wetland habitat. So here just I want to share video clip from my study. It's the part of my study. Here you can see how the fishing cat move, how it looks. For this purpose, I'm going to share this video. Just enjoy it. Here, water buffalo is moving towards the fishing cat, and just it is escaping from that side. Okay, that's it. So, just this slide describe about the status of fishing cat in the global context. These are the previously published red list assessment, and while going through the history of fishing cat study, it backs to 1994. First real status is described as insufficiently known because of less of study, and uh, then in 1996 it is in it is upgraded as in the stated of threatened, like near threatened, and of enough lower risk, but in 2002 it is upgraded as vulnerable, and in 2008 endangered, and in 2010 it is still in danger, and 2016 it is downgraded from endangered to vulnerable. The reason is that there is no, it doesn't mean that the fishing cat population is highest in 2016 than in 2010. It means that there is more research compared to 2010. So this is the reason uh, the status of fishing cat is downgraded from endangered to vulnerable from 2010 to 2016. So this is the old status. Here I just want to focus on the status of fishing cat in Nepal now. So here, what is the conservation status in Nepal? It is endangered. So why it is endangered? Though in global status it is vulnerable, it is endangered in Nepal because it's very rare species. With the global population quite good, it comes under vulnerable with the global assessment. But in Nepalese context, the species is very rare and identified in very few locations. So because of that reason, it is still in endangered position, but it is still not listed in the protected list of mammals in Nepal. So this is my wish, and we are working to be keep to keep fishing cat in the protected list of mammals in Nepal. So this map is the global map of the distribution of fishing cat. Here you can see this yellow portion. This is the uh, area where fishing cat population is quite good, and this is also said that these are the actual resident side of the fishing cat, and this purple color, this different color, this is considered as, sorry, uh, the presence of fishing cat. This was the presence of fishing cat there. Fishing cat exists since long time back, but the population is not that much high, and you can see here in the southern range of Nepal and the northern part of India. It means the boundary borderline of the India and Nepal. In this Tarai region, the fishing cat population is distributed, but yeah, it is distributed, but what is their status is not sufficiently known. So in next slide, I'm just discussing about the status of fishing cat and the distribution of fishing cat in our country. The fishing, this red line, this was the Tarai region. This is the district of Tarai region, and uh, in Tarai, this fishing cat is recorded from Sunsari district, Saptari district, and little part from the Udaipur district. So this is the region of coastal wildlife reserves where we conducted two surveys for fishing cats, and after that, here, this is the Chiton Persa complex. Chiton National Park and Persa National Park area. Where fishing cat were recorded, and uh, this is outside the protected area, but the Ramsar site, fishing cat is recorded from this Kapil Vastu district, Jalbasti Reservoir, and in Bardia. This is also recorded from Bardia, and here is the most preferable habitat to the fishing cat, the uh, Jagdishpur Reservoir site, but that is not recorded yet. But the old history says that there must be uh, a fishing cat, but that we don't have proof recently. And in the last, so here is the Shuklafata Suklafata National Park, and quite we think that there are quite good number of fishing cat in this area as well. So this is the connectivity of fishing cat population. Also in the global distribution map, fishing cat is continuously connected in the lower region of the country, that is in the Tarai. But what is the status in our context? Well, it is one study from the Indian side. They have collected the sample, fecal sample from 5 different locations, and with the molecular analysis of fecal sample, they consider, they comes with some results, some findings that previously, before 50 years back, they were connected. No, it seems that the population is the same, but uh, the study was not complete, so that is not sure whether they are uh, connected previously or not. But yeah, there is high chance of that. And what is in our country, in our context in Nepal, and that is unknown because this study is very less. In this map, just this is the location where fishing cat was recorded, and we have the evidence. It means we have the evidence. They are recorded from the camera trap survey in all location, but with these locations, there may be fishing cat and may not be fishing cat, because fishing cat is fishing cat were captured from the human dominated landscape in the agriculture farm, in the fish farm. So there can be chance to capture fishing cat from this location also, but uh, due to lack of study, we are not known. So very, many years back, the area of Tara is connected with the forest and the good habitat, good, good quality of wetlands, which is degraded now. So because of that reason also, there is chance to be connected of the fishing cat population. So with the, so this sort of phylogeny study should be needed to study, and this is one of my research objective. Now, what is the fishing cat status, population status in Nepal? I described that fishing cat population way there in Koshitapu in the eastern part, in Persha and Chitwan National Park, and in the western part in Bardan National Park and in Sukla Fata National Park. But what's the actual population? Uh, in 2012, my study for my thesis, in that study, we have identified only 5 individuals. We have covered 160 square kilometer. The area is quite high, and also we have just select the habitat, preferable habitat. Assuming the preferable habitat, we select it and we design the survey to put the camera traps. With that study also, we can have get only 5 individual. It means that the fishing cat is very rare. And in Kosi population, Kosi is thought that Kosi in Kosi, fishing cat is the top predator. There is no tiger and there is no leopard. So fishing cat can be the top predator, and there you can see jackal from, from canid family. But with the felids, fishing cat is the top predator, and so previously we assumed that Koshitopu has the large number of fishing cat population. But uh, in 2016 and 17, when we installed the camera trap to understand the population and density in the Koshitopu region, we have identified only 17 individual. Uh, that is, oh, sorry, I'll just switch on the light. So electricity is cut off. Sorry to interrupt. So
Glad we've not lost you completely.
Yeah. So yeah, uh, I'm here in the population of Koshitapu. Previously, we assumed that the population of Koshi is quite good, should be quite good, but with our record, we understand that there is no good population of fishing cat in Koshitapu. Just we recorded 10 individuals from the eastern part of Koshi River, where in the buffer zone area lies, more than 400 fish farms. So that can be the reason there are quite good number of fishing carts in that site. But in the western part, we have identified 7 individuals. So what is the population in Porsha, Bordi, and Suklapata? That is just recorded, and it is not known. There is no any systematic study carried out till now to identify the population of that place. So this is a slide which describe what we did in Kositapu Wildlife Reserve, and this is the photographs captured there, and this is me trapping the camera, setting the camera trap. But this is the photographs of I think around of 2013, not of 2016, and this is me doing the questionnaire survey. And in this questionnaire survey, first I have showing some pictures of small cats or other small carnivores to distinguish, to make sure that either the farmers over there, they really understood what is fishing cat, or they mismatch with the other species. So this is the community people of the Sunsari district, where the buffer zone of the buffer zone, and this is the fish pond. This is the habitat, and this habitat is of human dominated area. So what's the population trend? Yeah, it's declining. So what can be the cause of population declining? The main cause is habitat loss, and it is known that from the different literature, over 85% of the wetland has lost since the start of the industrial era. It means within or around 300 year period of time, we have lost almost 85% of the wetlands, and the remaining 15%. So how much time it may take to degrade whole wetlands? Only 15% wetlands what we have right now. So this is the scenario about the habitat, and the fishing cat is the wetland specialist species. So like species like fishing cat will be directly impacted with this situation of habitat loss or the wetland loss. So there is no habitat. Wetland loss is the connected with the urbanization. This is the scenario in the Sri Lanka and in India. Most of the wetlands are considered as the wastelands. So there is issue, and so there are different several cases of retaliations in Sri Lanka and India and Cambodia and several many more countries. And here is one example I'm going to describe with the data. In the radio telemetry study of fishing cat in Thailand, so with this total number of 16 individual already color, only few of them survive in this study period of 3 year time. Over 80%, 84%, over 80% were found retaliated or killed by the community people. So this is the level of threat over there. But this level of threat we don't know in Nepal, because this space is real. We don't have here the 16 individual with color in one area, and this is not the whole population of that area. But in our countries too, we consider Kushitapu has the highest number of fishing cat population, and our survey suggests that only minimum number of 17 individual. That means we have not that much of population, so it is very rare, and so retaliation can be common, but poaching can be very rare in our context. So, what is the threat of fishing cat in Nepal? Human encroachment. uh, while discussing about the human encroachment, with the increasing number of population, and previously, people were not settled in the Tarai region, and after the eradication of malaria, hilly people migrated to the Tarai, and the human population is increasing day by day, and because of that reason, humans are dependent on the natural sources. Of this reason, the encroachment is increasing, and other habitat conversion, especially to the wetland specialist species like fishing cat will be directly impacted with the habitat conversion. It can be like degradation. Uh, um, uh, Conversion means conversion of wetland to the forest or to the dry grassland, and the degradation means wetland shrinkage, because of can be of climate change or other anthropogenic factors like mining, industrialization, and the pollution, especially the pollution is related with the farmers. Mostly in agriculture field, farmers use insecticide and pesticides, and slowly the water get polluted. That is the one factor, and other the direct dumping in the water sources. That is the other source, and directly, you know, wastewater has a direct impact with the fishing guard. So another cause of threat to the fishing guard is retaliation and poaching. Earlier I described that retaliation is the most we found here around the fish farm in Koshitopu, Wildlife Reserve area, and in Bara area. But yeah, still the data is not sufficient. And poaching, there are few breakers, not in my study, but yeah, I have heard that there is poaching cases by the tribal people who migrate from one place to other places, and they just kill the fishing cat to eat. And sometimes there it was around 10 or 15 years back, the some peoples of um, western part of the Nepal, they just steal the fishing cat pelt in the Indian market. That is came to know, but yeah, I'm not sure with this. So other cause poverty and unemployment, is that has the impact on fishing cat? This is my question to you, and yeah, why, in my opinion, yeah, with the poverty, people use the maximum resource from the nature, and that will impact to the fishing cat. And unemployment, sure, because in this situation with the COVID-19 cases, peoples of the fishing cat range areas, near the protected areas, and the people of buffer zone area, you know they have nothing to do, and they cannot move towards the city or to visit the people, and they are taking time to enter the forest, and with this region, and they are here directly with related with the extraction of the source from the nature. So it will have direct impact with the species. So this is, I think this is the another cause. So here is another thing I want to discuss. What is the natural mortality of fishing cat? So this is also the one of the reason for the rare species to get decrease. Okay, it is the normal thing in natural death. Is the normal thing, we may say, but for the rare species it does matters. Potential major predator is in wetland sites. We can see large crocodiles and pythons. This is the global context. I understand it as a global context because in the wetland sites, crocodiles and python, it's common to be there. So, and this is also the Nepalese context. We have pythons and crocodiles. So they can be the potential major predators in wetlands to the fishing cat. But in our context, in our country, there is one question in my mind: does large carnivore like tiger and leopards kill fishing cats? Oh, because we have one example. We have just found it was we got this fishing cat, um, dead carcass of male fishing cat from Chiton National Park few years back, and this shows that this is the fishing cat, whole body of fishing cat dead, and here we can see some wound, and it seems like it was hit by large carnivore like tiger or leopard, probably maybe trying to take on as prey. But we don't know. That should be well understood, because in Nepal, in Chittor National Park, in Suklapata National Park, and in Bardia, as well in Persia National Park, we have tiger and leopards in quite good number. So there is a high chance for in our countries to be for the fishing cat to be killed by the large carnivores as well. So this is my presentation.
Thank you, Ramaji. Thank you very much for a very interesting presentation. I hope our audience enjoyed it as much as I did. And also, we have questions now. Should we
Okay.
go? I'll I'll finish up with all the questions on a chat box while you guys are sending your questions on the chat box. We'll address the questions on chat box first, and then probably you can ask something, live to Ramaji. And we do have time. We have 15 minutes left. So in the question, the first question was from Ramesh Kataria. He asks, in your study in 2013, you described 2 other cat species with other mammals too. Did you find any interaction among them, moreover in habitat sharing? So we're fishing cat sharing habitats.
Sorry, two other cats means okay. Where is this question? Okay.
Ramesh Kataria ji, could you unmute yourself and then ask the question if you're, sorry.
Thank you. I had seen your festival there, so you found smoky leopard and jungle cat. So
Okay.
did you find an interaction on us?
Jungle cat and leopard, yeah, you say?
Yeah, man. Smoky leopard.
Okay. Actually, during that study, you are talking about the study of 2012, if I'm not wrong. Yeah? In Chittor National Park.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah, man.
yeah, your sound is interrupted. Okay. This I try to answer. Leopard, uh, though it is the sympatric carnivore, occasionally we have found leopard. Very few, only one record of leopard we get from the our study area, because it was targeted for the fishing cat. Though it is known that leopard, the distribution range of leopard is quite high from Tarai to mid hill, and preferably leopard cat. It's one. Sorry, you asked for leopard or leopard cat? Sorry. Okay, I'll answer. I'll try to answer. If you have asked for leopard cat, then yeah, we have few record, very few record, and we did put camera trap in the wetland area. So that can be the reason, that can be the placement bias to the leopard cat. We have very few records, and preferably leopard cat, they want to they will stay around the forest part, but fishing cat must preferably stay in the wetland parts. So I think there is no that much level of conflict. But with the leopard, if your question is with the leopards, we have plenty of locations with no, in almost all locations we have captured leopards and as well as tigers. And with jungle cats, very few locations, like jungle cats also wants to visit the wetland sites for the rats or for the snakes. Yeah, they are the very sympathetic. We found very sympathetic. The relation is quite good with the fishing cat and the jungle cat. But yeah, but we haven't studied like what the relation with the tiger and the leopard with the fishing cats.
So you're saying that there's no habitat conflict or a conflict for prey base?
Okay, actually our study was designed to understand the, it was the first study for the fishing cat. It was designed only focusing to study the population of fishing cat, and we, in other perspective, we haven't taken that way. If we take for the same data in that way, it may be placement bias with the camera trap. So yeah, uh, yeah, in my current study for my PhD, I'm taking in that way also. One chapter will be my about the interaction of small carnivore with the fishing cat, and right now I'm not able to answer.
Yeah, thank you, Ramaji. And Ramesh Katariaji, if you have further questions, I'm sure Ramaji would be available to answer, like if you contact him personally. If it's okay with you, Ramaji, to share your contact with the group
Yeah.
and if you're interested. Our WiNN email ID would be sending you contact for Ms. Rama so that you can ask further questions. And next is Shripana Saxena. So she's herself one of the very renowned researchers in India, and she works in golden mahashir mostly, specializes in. And her question is, are they nocturnal?
Oh yeah, sorry to interrupt. Just 1 second.
Well, that is working from home. We understand that.
Okay, I'm back. Because of that chilling fan, it was stopping me. I'm not listening nicely. So
Okay.
yeah.
So are they nocturnal? Are the fishing cats?
Okay. You very interesting question. Yeah, everywhere it is taken at failures are nocturnal, but I say it is more nocturnal, but not completely. Because for fishing cat, when we put the camera traps in the human-dominated landscape area where the human activities is high in the daytime, we have captured the fishing cat in night only, in the night hour time.
Okay.
Not a single capture was in the daytime. But yeah, I have different data of camera trap of fishing cat that was captured in the daytime in the core area, protected core part of protected areas. So animals like cats also seems like they will change their habit with the presence of humans. I take it like that way.
Okay. So, but in your camera trap, you only found nocturnal.
No, 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 no. In my camera trap, I found both. In human-dominated area, it is nocturnal,
Okay.
with the because of the movement of the human around the area. But in the core area, I found it both. Now, nocturnal and diurnal. We have the record of daytime data.
So I think you've answered the other question, which was, did you use camera trap only for identification? Did you use camera trap and the community questionnaire, or what was your methodology?
Sorry, for identification?
Yeah, for the identification, it was only camera trap, or did you use the pug marks and things like that as well?
Actually, we don't have the actual pugmark size, and there will be biased with the pugmark size also, because with the leopard cub, pugmark of leopard cub also looks like the fishing cat, and there will be I have submitted one paper for my publication, and there one question arises how you identified, and with the very experienced technician, I identified the pugmark, and I'm sure that I secured that is a fishing cat. But the question arises, and the question is quite good question, because yeah, there are many other cats overlapping the same space, same location, and I just share that the pugmark of fishing cat is quite bigger than the jungle cat, and
Oh,
quite smaller than the leopard cat, and the baby of leopard cat and the pugmark of fishing cat is almost similar. So there is difficulty, and we don't have the actual measurement, and with the sizes, so we say that fishing cat size is from 6 to 12 kg. We used to say, and I have some in late 1980s or early 1990s, there the few fishing cats were radio colored in Jitonism Park. So it was around 35 years back. I got those data, and in those data, I see that the weight of fishing cat is from 4.5 to 7 kg of females. But lately, I found that one road killer fishing cat. In that road killer fishing cat, the that is the healthy female of weight 9 kg. So there is the biased with the animal size also, the pugmark size will be quite different, and with the other overlapping spaces it's quite different. So I didn't use the pugmark sign, just I used the camera trap record, and only I use the independent evidence.
Okay. And then this next question is from Narendra Pradhan. He asks if there seems to be good enough habitat in our Tarai landscape for fishing cats. The low population is due to not enough appropriate survey research, or do you think the population is really gone down?
Okay, yeah, just I want to get back with my slide. In one slide, I have described that what is the population of fishing cat in Nepal, and with the Gawali et al. Book, can Nepal Red List of Mammal book published in 2011. It says that there were population 150 to 200, and that is the export case. And at that time also there is no the the actual number real research data for the for the 150 to 200 populations. But yeah, there is no systematic survey for the species, and what we did, we just try to gather the information by the systematic survey. um, Maybe that is the minimum number of population in Koshi also. 70 number, that is the minimum number of population. With our analysis, it ranges from minimum 15 to 25 individual. But yeah, some individual may be missing, but it seems that, and there is lack of study. We have recorded fishing cat in very close to human settlement. It means if we put more effort, there may be more number. But yeah, so I cannot answer. Just this is also my this will also be my guess, because I'm not speaking with any research. I do have research data from Wandi Chitom and from Koshitapu, and yeah, we don't have any systematic data from other places.
So yeah, Narendra again said that the Red List Nepal, it should.
Can I say something?
Okay, sure, sure.
Ramaji, thank you very much for your nice presentation.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, for your participant.
In fact, look at the example of this Assamese monkeys. First,
Okay.
we know the population. Then everybody thinks it's very rare, in danger. We also included that in protected area, protected species list. Now you see, the population we have a very good population of Assamese monkey in Nepal. So
Okay.
now, in case of fishing cat also, is it like that? Or, and I really agree with you that in Red List Nepal book, they put a number, but it should be a data deficiency. That we all know that nobody has studied that this animal at the time, right? So I think by habitat, we still need to do some appropriate research. I completely agree with that. With you.
Yeah, sure,
And that really implicate with the, while we categorizing this red list, give a false, information or misleading information to the people. Thank you very much, Rama.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you for your wonderful questions. We only have 3 minutes, and I'm just keeping time because we want to, we want to make sure this is a regular. Oh, sorry, my bad. We still have some time. Sorry. So yeah, let's go on to another question. What is its prey base? Where is it? What does it prefer to eat, and is it abundant in around the area habitat that you mentioned?
Okay, actually, it is the piscivorous in feeding nature. Just previously, I also described with this character that its paw is connected with the wave feet, like the feet of a duck. Yeah, and so with that character, it can swim well. It is a very good swimmer, so that it can dive in the water and just grab the fish and eat. Mostly. It all the time it doesn't dive in the water. Just you may have seen in the video that the fishing cat was sitting and just it is just ambushing the prey. Just it was waiting for the prey to ambush it. It is sitting in the side of the lake, the side of the river, so that when in the fish in the night time they come to eat something in the bank of the river, like something like algae or like that, it was ready to grab. But though it is piscivorous in nature, it is voracious in feeding habit. Like we have photographs of fishing cat, holding a bird, and it must be for as its prey. And yeah, fishing cat have seen eating snakes and other reptiles, crustaceans, and other invertebrates. And in one study in India, it has shown that fishing cat is uh, measured fishing cat is more than 300 rats in a year. So yeah, it is very voracious feeder. And it's, I think it shows the, it's feeding nature with the habitat, like, yeah.
Are they aggressive in behavior like cats, any other cats?
Yeah, I should say yeah, and I should say no, because animals are not aggressive itself. Because in nature, they are very, very loosey, very cool. But yeah, when in contact with human, animals seems aggressive. Yeah, with the nature of the cat, when they need to kill, when they need to fight, they are quite aggressive.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. So that's mostly the questions that we had, and everybody's thanking you for the presentation. I'm really, really overwhelmed by the participation, and we also have a lot of people, not only from Nepal, but from outside of the country as well. I noticed that WiNN is also here. WiNN is one of the founders. She is actually the founder of Women in Nature Network, Global Network. So there she is. Hi, WiNN. Thank you so much that you could.
Hi, great talk. Thank you very much. It was really interesting.
Thank you for participating and inviting me as well.
Thank you, Rama, and thank you, WiNN. We're just trying to follow what you've established. Now that the global events are on break for July, we're taking it on in Nepal.
That's great. Yeah, I'm really glad to see that. Keep it up.
Yeah, thank you. And we will try and invite everybody from all around our global groups to be the speakers as well, if possible. Like I mentioned, everyone, thank you very much for your participation. And while we are towards the end of today's conference, I'd like you to participate more and ask questions. Go to the win.nepal@gmail.com and ask questions. If you have any, we'll try to entertain. And to talk more about WiNN, I think, WiNN, I would give you the, I don't know what it's called on computer. Is it called platform, or what is it called? I would want you to speak about WiNN and tell people what WiNN is all about and how they can be a part of it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's great to see you all participating. That's excellent. WiNN is basically, we're a network of women created to connect women so that we can support each other, help share information, give you a platform to share your work and your experiences, provide connections, opportunities, links, so that we can all empower each other and support each other in our work. So it's a global network, and we have chapters in various countries, and WiNN Nepal is a great chapter and very active. So we hope you'll get involved. And there's really nothing that you have to do to sign up or anything. Just participate, get involved, and be active. It's a really member-led network. So we hope that you'll get involved and really benefit from all that your sisters in WiNN have to offer. Thanks, Venetia.
Thank you, WiNN. And one point is, you'll join. One thing is, like WiNN mentioned, it's a network of international researchers and conservationists. So you will get to hear and learn from them, as well as we do have mentoring programs to sign up for it. When you join the group, we'll let you know more about it as well, so that you can take as much advantage as you can from the resources that the group has. So, WiNN?
And just one thing is that one of our major things is we have an annual global networking event of WiNN, where we get together about 170 women together, and it's a really bonding and great experience. And next one will be in Nepal next year. So we really hope that you'll participate.
Yes, we are trying to make that happen in Nepal, and we really, really want you to be a part of it. Nepal is a perfect place to have a good wildlife conference. Thank you, WiNN, and thank you, Ramaji, for your time and for your presentation. such a good work, and definitely Nepal needs a lot of more research and conservation, and in terms of cats especially, because they're elusive and very attractive animals. I have done a little bit of work on tiger, and maybe one day I'll be able to present it on the WiNN platform. Thank you so much. We are right on time. We have 2 minutes, but if anybody has to say anything or ask Ramaji any questions, I would let you do that. Otherwise, we'll have to say bye. And again, I'd like to, whoever can, turn the camera on, say hello, bye to everybody, so that I can see there are people. Okay, all right. Thank you, everyone. Hey, Lucia.
Thank
Oh,
you, Kathy.
that's a little prodigy right there, Lucia. Very nice to have you all. Thank you for participating. We'll see you next week, and we will be circulating the next week theme and the speaker over emails and over social media. Please keep your eye on it. Okay. Have a good evening, ladies. Good evening and good morning and good day, depending on.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you.